Hello, good morning and welcome. Today we are going to train you about housing. That's why you can see us in our house here. So today we are going to tell you the essentials of housing. This is Eugene Poultry Farm Limited, and if you have not subscribed, consider subscribing to our YouTube channel, Eugene Poultry Farm Limited, and also other sites. Anyway, thank you and welcome to the whole session.
Yes guys, as you have heard in our introduction, kindly subscribe kama uja subscribe. Now we are going to learn about housing. This we have been constructing this house, I'm sure ndo tunaimalizia. So now it's good to some. So let's go inside and check. This structure is a double structure. Bado construction will take place. Still construction is taking place here. Alex, you can go up here. Check here. So you can see the structure. The structure is very big. Though we have hooked there, the structure down here it's around 3,500 square feet. 3,500 square feet down, up 3,500 square feet. That's to mean matured birds, they can go inside up to 7,000. But for these small chicks of brooding, because we are developing a brooding site, I'm sure we are going to teach you now about brooding, about also a poultry house. Now you'll keep on learning, guys. So this is the capacity of 10,000 birds in a normal range. Let's go. Come here.
Thank you, Daktari.
Tunaweza kaa sasa.
Yeah.
So what do we, if we talk about housing, what do you mean?
Okay, previously as I introduced myself, I think I forgot to say my names. I'm Dr. Alex. I'm a vet by profession and I work with Eugene Poultry Farm Limited, the veterinary stand. So today we are going to talk about housing. When we talk about housing, I think there are essentials that people should know. Before I continue, I want you to know that this is the first house that we started with. Cameraman, take me here. This is the first from here, as you can see from here, to just here. This is a small house. You can imagine this is the house we started with. We started with some 50 birds. The beginning of that was in the year 2015. So we have struggled a lot. And that's why today we want to tell you what a house is. You should not expense yourself in doing so many things when it comes to housing. There are just a few essentials that you should consider when building your house. And those are the essentials that we are going to talk about. Doctor, we can go and sit down again. Yes, now first, when we talk about housing, of course, we start with the orientation of the house. How about the orientation of the house? I think first as I introduced myself when we were outside, you saw how the house was. The house should be in an east-west direction. That means the house should be against the wind. Tafadhali sana usiexpose nyumba yako kwa upepo mkali. You can see how daktari alijenga hii nyumba. Ni kumaanisha upepo unatokea huku. So pote aliziba. East na west pote aliziba, ni kumaanisha hakuna hewa chafu inaingia kwa nyumba. Na unajua hiyo ni mambo ya daktari, anajua, si kumfunza kujenga hii nyumba. It's what he did mwenyewe. So he knew what he was doing. So when I talk about the second thing, I talk about ventilation. Look at this house. I wish you were here. Right now vile tumekaa hapa ndani, hewa ni safi sana. The house is well ventilated. Air circulates around it very well. Mmeona vile tumeenda kwenda huko. The spaces, you can just show them the spaces. Onyesha hizo spaces zote. Hapo ni chain link. Ni wire mesh ndio itapigwa hapo pote. So that means kwamba when you're building your house, look at here. Ukiwa unajenga nyumba yako, kama nyumba iko 8 feet, the house should be at least 3 feet ni kufikia hapa. 3 feet closed, then 5 feet open. Why? Because a poultry house, kuku ni watu ambao wanataka hewa safi, hewa ya kupumua. Ndio maana wakati wowote ukiona tunajenga nyumba, unapata kwamba nyumba iko open kwenda juu, chini ndio iko closed. Hapo inazuia magonjwa na pia inazuia kitu kama ammonia ku accumulate na kuleta mashida kwa kuku wako. So yeah, we talked about ventilation. Hata pia unajua this nyumba is a double house. Kipiga kwenda juu pia utaona kuna ventilation juu. Ameweka pia ventilation juu. So ni kumaanisha hewa kuku anapumua. Okay, hatujamaliza hii nyumba yetu. So usishangae ni kwa nini unapiga uone hizo wire mesh. Hatujamaliza nyumba yetu. Kipiga chini tunataka kuongelea about the floor. Previously tukiongea kwa episode fulani wakati tuliongea about housing juju. Hatukuongea kuhusu floor vizuri kwa sababu tulikuwa tunataka tukutake through ujue floor vile inafaa. Kwa ndio maana tumeamua tukufunze kuhusu housing wakati tunaendelea kuijenga. Cameraman unaweza kuonyesha chini. Hapa chini unaona kuna maram. Kuna maram tunaendelea kuijenga. Tunataka baada ya maram we want to raise the house, tutengeneze concrete floor na simiti. So back to the floor. The floor should be at least a concrete build. Kwa nini? Ndio at least ina-ensure kwamba wakati unasafisha nyumba yako, it is easy to clean that house. Na pia magonjwa inakuwa ngumu. Hata wakati unaleta sawdust yako unaweka, ukiwa ni kwa concrete, wakati tunasafisha inakuwa rahisi sana kusafisha. Sisi wakati tulianza, okay, sisi hakukuwa na mambo na concrete house. Sawa sawa? Hatukuwa na mambo na concrete floor. Wakati sisi tulianza, hatukuanza na concrete. Tulianza tu na maram. Ulikuwa unaileta maram unapiga vizuri, then unatengeneza kwa floor. Na unajua for a starting farmer, si ndio daktari?
Yeah, very true.
Farmer mwenye anaanza hauwezi kumpeleka kwa zile expenses kubwa za kuweka concrete na hana uwezo. Ndio maana tukaona kwamba ukichukua maram ukipigilia vizuri ikuwe ngumu, then umwage maji tu hiyo floor ikuwe sawa, you can just raise your beds.
So hapo Mr. Alex kitu anasema hapo ni kuwa at least a poultry house should have a hardy floor. Kuna wale wakulima wengine wenye mnakuwa fani sana, mnapata mnaongeza mchanga ndani ya nyumba ya kuku eti kuku ziogelee. These birds haina haja ya kuogelea because by the end of the day guys utakuja upate ya kuwa a concrete floor, a floor which is hardy. Na msifanye floor ambao ni slippery. Ukifanya slippery floor it will bring a lot of infection in your house because cleaning will be a problem. So at least inakuwa hiyo rough. Wanasema screeding. So once it's hardy, like this floor yenye tunatengeneza hapa saa hii, actually guys hii nyumba tunai-expand because we are expanding it to fit around 10,000 birds in this house. More than 10,000 birds upside and downwards. So hiyo ghorofa ya juu ikichukua vifaranga kama 5,000, hapa chini chukue 5,000, I'm sure the people of Kuria they will be able to get enough birds, or Migori County at large. So now I'm sure now this will be amongst our demonstration farm guys. So wale mnaendelea kutuwatch guys, you can continue subscribing to our YouTube channel. And then also Alex has talked about ventilation. There are so many advantages of ventilation, Alex. One of them being
the advantage of ventilation, I think it's all about diseases.
Disease control.
Disease control. Ventilation helps in controlling so many diseases. Kuna magonjwa mengi ambayo yanaletwa na hewa kukosa kwa nyumba ndani. Na pia kitu ya pili, everybody needs comfort in life. Birds also need comfort. Hata ukiwa umekaa mahali alafu umewekwa kwa joto mingi ama kwa baridi mingi, you will not feel happy. Utakuwa na stress. So obvious we are relieving and reducing stress in poultry.
So now good ventilation relieves also stress in chicken. Another thing which I know, it controls the respiratory tract infections. Because when there is accumulation of dust inside there, your birds might get sick. If they get sick through the respiratory diseases, there are these funny farmers who treat respiratory diseases, and still the ventilation are very poor. So my dear, you're working hard to succeed. You should work smart and treat your birds when the ventilation are good. Ventilation, it's good because at least at daytime, just open the ventilation for your birds to breathe. At night hours, you can bring down the curtains because by the end of the day, we look at these birds up to 6 weeks. From 1 day to 6 weeks, birds require a lot of heat compared to any other stage. let's say from the 3rd week up to around 6 weeks there, you'll come to realize that as the bird is at 3 weeks, if you have sourced our broiler chicken, the birds are big, the birds have started putting up feathers in the whole of their body. Now, we are now moving now to the level that now the birds now are growing big. Now at 6 weeks, when now you are introducing growers mash gradually, whereby you are mixing now chick mash with growers mash. It's so now you'll begin now to begin relieving now the ventilation down at night hours, because by the end of the day, poultry, these are birds. Birds stay outside. No, if now you are going now to growers mash, that is to mean that now growers mash, it has got its own warmthness. It's why you see now we stop using chick mash. So now just know, in growers mash, in growers stage, in growing stage, the food which is given there, the supplements in those food, it brings them up to get both the body requirement and also the warmth requirement. So there are those farmers who are covering their 2 months old with blankets. Poor ventilation will lead to suffocation of birds and will lead to also some diseases coming inside, because by the end of the day, if there is that accumulation of those fumes from the ammonia gas, by the end of the day, you will fail. And I'm sure like here we are embracing the deep litter mechanism. In this deep litter mechanism, guys, you'll come to realize that we are going to use wood shavings. And the wood shavings, we have got a procedure of preparation. Go in my YouTube channel. Just search for brooder preparation, part number 2. It's explaining for you how you should sieve your wood shavings and place them in the house. And I'm sure from there you'll be learning a lot, because you have got so many advantages of those wood shavings in the house. Because if wood shavings are in the house, it will be very, very, very easy to clean your floor. It will be very, very easy also for the sustainability of cleaning that house. Because by the end of the day, I can imagine someone cleaning his house every morning. It's very tiresome. Also, there will be no control of diseases. And also these wood shavings down here, it will help in absorbing the fluids, both from waterers and also from these birds. Maybe they might be diarrheaing. So by the end of the day, you'll be curbing diseases. I'm sure we are going on. Which are the advantage of good ventilation, Mr. Alex?
There are several advantages of a good ventilation. For example, a good ventilation will ensure that the birds, when they are inside the brooder, they maximize the use of the feeds they are taking, because once their body temperature is okay, they also take feeds, the right feed, right amount, and right water amount. Because when there is poor ventilation, there is a lot of heat. The birds will tend to drink a lot of water and leave feeds. So that means the weight gain and also the how they grow will not be balanced.
I'm sure Alex, what he's saying there, I can add you some knowledge there, whereby saying that if you have got a poor ventilation, guys, you'll come to realize that there will be overspeeding of digestion.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you see, I have to explain to them in a term that they understand.
Yeah. So now from there, if there is that overspeeding of digestion, that is to mean that by the end of the day, guys, you will come to realize by the end of the day, these birds will tend to drink a lot of water and leave feeds. And you will be happy saying that these birds don't consume a lot of feed. And by the end of the day, the growth of the bird will be a challenge. And from there now, since there is that speedy digestion, you'll have contracted vents.
Yeah, it's true.
Sio? Yeah. Utaanza kuona mavi hapo nyuma inashikilia hapo nyuma. Kwa kuku unapata kuku iko na blocked vent kwa sababu ya overheating, because poor ventilation. Poor ventilation leads to overheating. Overheating is very dangerous.
Yeah, sure.
And by the end of the day, managing that one, I'm sure it's due to open up the ventilation well, and then also you can add some liquid paraffin in drinking water for them to help them to act as a laxative, to help them in digestion. You can go to my clips there, search for blocked vent. How do you manage it? There is that clip I've prepared there. Yeah. Is there another reason, or we can go to?
We can tackle this, then we move on. It's all about about the temperature. It can lead to pneumonia contraction due to a lot of cold in a brooder. or in any poultry house for the birds in less than 2 months. As Daktari has explained, by the way, he has given you a very clear explanation about it, and I thank him. Concerning the age of the birds, the feeds that we provide also has a heat requirement. So thank you, Daktari. I think we can move on. Thank you for that extrapolation.
Okay, another one, guys, another one about poultry housing. In these double structure houses, actually, like this house of ours now, it's now double. Kuna huko juu na kuna chini hapa. Hapa chini wakulima, hapa chini kuna nini? Kuna baridi mzuri sana. Hata ninge prefer nikae hapa chini kabisa for the rest of my life, because hapa chini kuna a good temperature, hakuna overheating hapa juu, everything is very very safe. But ukienda on the top roof there, nitawapeleka mtaona, hapo kuna mabati inachoma. To mean that in this downside, it can do well with the layers.
Yeah, the bigger flock.
The bigger flock. So birds above 2 months, birds above 6 weeks, they can do best down here. But up there, hapo juu nitawapeleka mtaona, hapo juu it will do good from day 1 up to 6 weeks.
Yeah, sure.
Because hapa chini kuna joto mzuri ambayo imekuwa very controlled. Yeah. And then Mr. Alex talked about blocking the east side and the west side. The east side should be where the wind is coming from. So always build your houses against the wind. If you do them against the wind, when maybe that wind will be coming with some diseases, it won't attack your flock directly. Rather, it will block there. It will be blocked under the place where you have placed your roof very well.
Yes, thank you. So we can go on still.
Yeah. So another characteristics of a good house.
Yeah, thank you. So we should be talking about something else, which is the room should be vermin proof. Security farmers. Ulinzi of flock yako. Can you remember what Daktari said? You should be targeting working smart to succeed, not working hard to fail. Most farmers work hard to fail. We had different farmers who complained about kuna kitu ilikuja kaingia kwa nyumba yangu ikanikulia. They were around 700 birds, ndio Daktari?
Yeah.
All of them died because a certain animal entered the house and it killed every bird. So we are talking about the room should be vermin proof. What are these vermins that we are talking about?
Vermin is something like rodent free.
Very good.
I'm a serious.
Yeah.
In a simpler language, it's called rodent free.
Yeah.
So if your house is rodent free, then you can explain from there.
Yeah, so we are talking about Daktari hata ashasema rodents. We are talking about rats. We are talking other wild rodents. We are talking about these kuna hii mnyama inakuaga na mkia ndefu.
Niko na mdomo refu pia.
By the way, hiyo ndio the most dangerous. Zinakuja zinaingia. By the way, do you know kwamba Daktari will explain that? But wacha niguzie juu, then Daktari will explain. You know, Daktari is experienced. Yes, I'm a vet, but Daktari is experienced in this field. Amepitia vitu mingi. He's a good researcher. So when we are talking about rodents, nataka ujue kwamba rodents kazi yake is not just to come and kill the birds. Rodents bring disease.
That is just our part 1. We are going on with housing. Kindly watch part 2. Part 2, it's coming. And if you have not subscribed, guys, click that red button there. I hope you are clicking. Click it. Click it. You have clicked. The notification bell, there is a bell there. Click it. Thank you, guys. Let's go to part 2. Check it down there. Thank you.